ArtReach is a nonprofit organization. We're dedicated to exposing and informing the greater Cincinnati community of America's original art form, jazz. I lived in Forest Park for like 15 years, and I was on council. I was a vice mayor, and I know we supported the Cincinnati Pops Orchestra. They had an event up at Union Central called Concert on the Green, and I love music, so that was a great event, but I noticed that there wasn't much diversity at that event, and I didn't see a lot of the community coming out and enjoying that event. And I like jazz, and I felt that that was more of a cross-cultural audience, that we could draw more from the community if we brought that audience to, kind of like if you build it, they'll come. So we created this event with the intent to bring it to the community free of charge, and we modeled it after the Concert on the Green, where they can bring their own food, they can bring a lawn chair, they bring their tent.
We've been coming here for a couple of years now. The crowd is so mature, and you know, it's just really laid back, you know. The music is great, so that's what I like about it.
Oh yeah, it's just, you know, thing of getting out in the open, listening to some great music, enjoying it, you know, laid back, just relax. Oh, yeah.
And it's free.
We want it to be a family-friendly event for the entire family. We don't want them to leave the kids at home, because we want them to be inspired by the activities they see here and to create memories for that. And if you look at the crowd, take a pan of the crowd, it's pretty well attended this year, and everybody enjoys the event.
We've never been out to a jazz festival before in Cincinnati. It's our first time, and we was hoping to hear some good jazz music. When I first walked here, I seen the tents behind us, and they had food inside, and it just felt like a relaxed atmosphere.
Free jazz, and actually I live in walking distance from here, so it's an opportunity to come out, see people, neighbors I don't get to see very often, sometimes for once a year when they're here, and just to relax and enjoy friends.
We have a lot of activities for the kids, and we have a component called Kids Art of Jazz, and the kids 5 to 12 can go to our Kids Art of Jazz tent.
Today in our Kids Art of Jazz tent, we have several activities for the children to enjoy. They can make their own t-shirts, they can build tambourines, they can make fans, jewelry, also decorate bow ties, they can learn to play an instrument, anything that will allow them to express themselves as creatively as possible. And we also have a paint by numbers display that the children are currently painting and working on, and that will be available for display once the program concludes. It's a great way to commemorate our 10th annual Smooth Jazz in the Park Festival.
One of the other things we had is Gilbert Young, who is a world-renowned artist. He typically comes every year. He couldn't make it this year, but he gets on stage, and what we do is we have a duo performance. He's performing, painting a work of art based on the musical performance. So he's inspired by the music they're playing, and he's watching the musicians. He's dancing while he's painting.
My name is Jimmy Jones, and I'm an artist that paints neo-ancestralism. What inspires me is anything to do with life. Music is one of my big inspirations, so I do a lot of pieces on jazz. I do a lot of pieces on African art and movements like that. The most important thing about art is to be able to reach people, entertain people, and somehow try to change people's minds if you can.
Well, art helps with self-discipline, self-worth, creativity, gives you culture, it widens your imagination. And we want kids to get it early because it makes them more well-rounded, and I think it makes them better people. One of the goals we had is for Kids Clinic, where we have an artist and a musical performer, and then the kids can come in and get free music lessons. You know, kind of inspire them that way. It's like it doesn't cost them anything. You know, we're providing the instrument and the instruction, and we wanted to do a 6 to 8 week program for that. And the same thing when it comes to art. We want to meet that gap and fill that gap and provide some additional programming and different outlets for kids.
I don't think people realize the power and the importance of art. So a lot of times people say their kid should be a doctor or engineer or anything like that. But really, all of those different things need creativity. So if you get kids in art they get to express themselves, they get to understand that creativity goes along with science, it goes along with mathematics, it goes along with all those things. Because before any of those things can come forward, you have to dream. And that's all art is. Art is taking your dreams that are inside of your head and putting them on a canvas so other people can see them and you can share them.